Good morning everyone, my name is Isabella Brusati, and in this brief presentation I will take you through the pitfalls of being a professional speaker, but most of all is actually how the attitude can have a positive or detrimental impact on your career. I will actually identify the main problem and also going through a little bit of advice on how to make it better. I'm going to use an analogy, something very, very simple. So, what do you do for a living? Actually, for me, it can be quite a problem because I can choose different answers like everyone. I can actually say, I deal with change management, and people go, okay. Or I can say, I deal with the cross-border mergers and acquisition at international level, dealing with transactional problems at FTSE 100. This is actually one option, and it will be fine, for example, if my audience is composed by, for example, lawyers, is composed by accountants, or people actually that are really familiar with the topic, because as soon as I say change management or cross-border mergers and acquisition, I start talking about all this jargon or FTSE 100, they actually get it. I could actually rub it in, sort of being a little bit of a show-off and say something along the lines, yeah, and I've got 1 degree, 2 master's degree, I speak 3 different languages. Now, if again I am in an audience with, for example, professionals that are within my field, this will be fine, because actually it will help me positioning myself as a peer. So they know exactly what I've been doing, I've got international experience, that will be fine. But what happens if I'm actually doing the same thing with someone that, for example, is not a change management or cross-border mergers and acquisition specialist? They will switch off. And that's actually what sometimes happens, for example, if I'm networking and I say, yeah, I deal with cross-border mergers and acquisition. And I go, oh, what is that? Or, for example, I start bragging about education, academic, blah, blah, blah. Again, they go, bragger, bragger, bragger. So basically, there is actually another option. So it's option number 2, and it's actually to be a little bit more, streetwise and say something along the lines, I help companies buying other companies. Actually, it's just like when you go and, buying a flat, basically I'm helping the buyer looking for the location, doing the surveying, understanding whether the price is right. I just do it on a bigger scale. And that's actually what cross-border mergers and acquisition basically is. It's just basically helping companies doing this. So basically, one of the main pitfalls for professional speakers is actually egocentrism. It's actually being, you've got a stage, and I'm going, I've got 30 people, 40 people in front of me, that's really nice. And sometimes it's actually thinking about us rather than thinking about the audience. Because if I am presenting and actually the people are just switching off, I'm not doing anything for my audience, and for example, if I'm speaking at a conference or for a client, I'm not actually delivering the message. So basically the main pitfall is sometimes we can be a little bit egocentric. So what can we do in order to avoid that? Well, my advice is always to look at the audience. So, of course, it's easier if the audience is composed by a certain type of individual. So, for example, if, in my case, they're all mergers and acquisition professional and change management, I can use a certain kind of language. But if the audience is a little bit mixed, again, it's a little bit of a judgment. And actually, this takes me to something that happens quite recently. Actually, I was asking for advice to an individual who, and this person said, yeah, no problem, I'm going to help you. And this person basically starts saying, I am the bigger communication in the world, etc. And I was actually on the phone and going, bragger, bragger, bragger. And I was like, thank you so much for the advice, and I put it down. And actually, it's the attitude of this individual, and maybe he's one of the best communicators in the world, but actually his attitude had a negative impact on me. Because when we are going to be booked by clients or by conferences, the attitude does matter. Do you want the bragger, the egocentric person is going to go for the little show and get the quick laugh, or you want to go for the person that is going to motivate your audience, that is going to deliver a message, and when actually the people are leaving, they are like, yeah, this is actually what I wanted. So, as a professional speaker, let's watch our egocentrism, and most of all, let's watch our attitude. Thank you so much.